We're talking about Signs.
Not the movie.
No, not the Beyonce song, but the same signs.
Yes. We're talking about the Geminis
Yes.
of the world and the Tauruses of the world.
Yes, it's true.
But we're talking about the Geminis for real because in a week from today, it is my birthday.
Yes, but
The
it's
day of
already
my
Gemini
birth.
season. So if it's someone's birthday today, happy birthday to them. They're Gemini as well, yes?
And we were saying that it's my ex-boyfriend's birthday.
Oh, yes,
today.
that's what we were saying.
Yes, and I always have to remind him, happy birthday, Kevin. I always have to remind him because then maybe he'll be watching and be like, oh, Matt's birthday is exactly a week from mine. Maybe I'll wish him a happy birthday this time.
I mean, I don't want that. I would, sometimes the past is just the past, and that's okay. They, a reason, a season, or a moment, or
But
whatever.
I wish him a happy birthday.
Yeah, we wish him all the
Wish him
best.
all the joy
Absolutely.
and the world for his birthday. But I'm just like, but my birthday's coming, baby. Get ready.
Keep those
Get
fingers
ready.
crossed.
We don't.
Do you have his number in your phone still?
Yeah, I have everyone's number in my phone.
Oh,
I've
really?
literally never deleted a phone number.
Oh, we are
in my life.
different.
Yeah,
We are. The first thing I do.
The first thing you do when someone like uses a punctuation wrong is it delete them from your
Not
number.
punctuation wrong, but yes, I feel like it's safer. It's just like, okay, this could go a different way. And, maybe I will get emotional about this person in the future. It's best for all parties. If we delete the history of the text, if we delete the number.
But what if you need to reach out to them for some sort of specific reason?
Give me a reason I'd need to reach out to someone I used to date.
Well, what if you lived with said ex
Yes.
and there is something weird that happened with the lease or something and there's a lawsuit of some kind?
A lawsuit?
I don't know. One of my old buildings in New York, there was a lawsuit filed from all the tenants that suing the landlord because they were being overcharged or something. So
wow.
even though I lived there 6 years prior, I was still given a letter and it was please reach out to your old roommates and everything. My ex-boyfriend was on the
Hey, I mean, but there's
so I had my other roommate reach out to my ex-boyfriend.
So yeah, the phone didn't even help you. The phone number didn't even help you in that instance.
But what if it was just you and him?
Well, I'm sure we'd still be Facebook friends. I'd send them a Facebook message and, hope he gets it.
Okay, so you don't delete people off of Facebook.
I'll mute you on socials and delete the numbers.
Solid.
All right, thanks. I'm glad we've come to an
won't judge
agreement
that,
after all these years.
Everyone has their ways.
Yes.
And this is the way of the Taurus.
Yes, it is. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to 2K Maps, the podcast. It's Matt Palmer.
And it's Matt Steele.
And we just finished watching the Tonys, the 2022 Tony Awards.
Not together.
Not together,
No.
separately.
Because I was like, should I watch the Tony Awards with you? And Matt Palmer was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, ooh, by the way, there's an extra hour pre-show where they award the creative awards, and those are only on Paramount Plus. And Matt Palmer was like, I'm not watching that. So I was like, okay. So I watched it with my very good friend Megan, who is roommate of me and my ex-boyfriend.
Oh, she's the one who did the messaging.
She's the one that did the messaging.
Wow. It all comes together. Well, thank you, Megan, for sharing your Paramount Plus with Matt Steele.
It was my Paramount Plus. I shared it with Megan.
Okay, well, whatever.
I was the Paramount Plus member.
Well, I also was looking at your Paramount Plus, and I watched the official show that started at 5 p.m. LA time through, I think it finished at 8:15 or so, 8:10?
Oh, yeah, it was 8:15. It was
Yeah.
a solid 3 hour, 15 minute.
Hosted by Ariana DeBose. I thought that she was charming. She was winning. I felt like she seemed more, I guess I'd only seen her in interviews. I'd only seen her accepting awards, and I thought she was so charming as herself. And she's obviously unbelievable in the West Side Story movie. And I will say, as a host, she seemed a little put on in a way that I was like, I don't know. I didn't feel like it was I don't know. It was of course she's performing, but it somehow felt performative. Do you know what I'm saying?
I thought she was great.
Okay.
And it did have that polished musical theater girl quality to it and everything. Especially, she was doing some intricate dance.
She absolutely
stuff.
was.
I would say out of all of the Tony hosts of recent memory, the only one I can think of that was really a dancer who really could. I'm sure I'm missing someone in there. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. But she really was dancing.
She did.
Ass
did a great.
off.
Yeah, it was very impressive. Absolutely.
Yeah. I thought she did a very good job. And should we talk about weeks before we talk about the Tonys?
Oh, right. I forgot about our week. So Matt Steele, how was your week?
It was fine. I don't know. I worked.
Yeah.
You go.
Okay, I had a good week as well. My Jackson's brother is moving this week, and so before the Tonys, I was over at his brother's house assisting in the packing process and saying goodbyes. And so that is a big change for Jackson. So we wish Jackson and all of his family well, but I'm sure they'll have a great transition to a new place, and that's great. I'm trying to think of what else I did. Oh, I went to my friend Joe's house, and actually went to Joe's boyfriend Tim's house to play some video games last night. It was late last night after we spent a while in the park with Janie. She has like monthly park hangs, so I did that. And it was really fun playing that game you played with the fruits killing each other.
With the boomerang.
And Tim, unprompted, said, "And you know what? I feel like we didn't tell Matt Steele how good he was at that game because like he didn't seem to.
Because I wasn't.
He's like he didn't seem to enjoy it, but I must say he did a good job for someone who was playing for the first time.
Tim, I did not do a good job.
He kept killing me first, and like clearly you have some talent in the video game department.
No, I don't. Tim, you are being very generous, and I mean honestly, the reason why I kept killing you first was maybe just because you were always the person in front of me, and I was just button smashing my little heart out because that's all I do. Y'all were like, okay, to throw the boomerang to really kill someone, like you have to push this button while hold down this while like moving the character with this lever, and I'm just like, that's not going to happen.
I mean, you never know; it could happen for you.
There's not enough dexterity in my little fingers.
If anybody out there has a Switch, the game is called Boomerang Fu. It is a lot of fun. I would recommend it, and play Matt Steele because he's secretly very good.
No, I'm not. I'm truly horrible at video games. But thank you very much, Tim, for your support.
It was very supportive.
It was an arduous night. But I made it through.
I also did a new thing earlier on in the week in which I was like, I heard on a podcast people, and like this seems very simplistic, but I just don't do it. I like made like very much these are the things I want to get done this week, like to-do list kind of thing with check boxes and everything.
And
like,
did you do them?
I did so many of them.
Oh,
I was
all.
there's one thing I didn't do, but it was like a list of 10 things, and I feel like it's just good to see it visually. Like these are the things that I know I have to do because after your work day, you get so lazy. You know, like I just want to like eat dinner and like lie around and not do anything. And to have that list makes a difference.
Oh, having a list. I have a list on my phone called things to do today, and I just keep adding to it, but I like always kind of forget to like erase them when I do them. And so like months will go by and it's like this thing that I did 2 months ago, like it's like, oh, I already did that. Why didn't I erase that?
The thing is, there's no better feeling than knocking the things off the list.
It's great.
So I would say you should keep doing that, but also just add the little checkbox, click the check box. And I got a lot done. If you were on that live stream where I was recording that song, it is getting mixed now because I figured out how to get all the stems where they need to be. There's going to be an extended version and a radio edit, and I'll make sure to put it up on Patreon at least by the end of Pride Month.
Oh my God, guys, hurricane is happening.
Hurricane's coming.
Hurricanes are coming.
For the gays. I mean, I don't know if it'll be out in public by the end of the month, but whatever. The point is, it was on the list and it got checked off.
All right. It is checked off, guys.
So is there anything of this past week that you want to discuss, or you just want to go, were you just like leading up to the Tonys?
I guess just leading up to the Tonys. I don't know. I worked a lot this week and it was very nice.
Okay.
I guess if I think of something, I'll let you know, but like,
Tony highlights.
Oh, Tony highlights.
Yeah, what were your favorite moments?
I have to say for the Tonys, I like how it was very much predicted that a strange loop would kind of like sweep like everything. But not that I say that I'm happy that that didn't happen, but I just want to say that I'm happy that some wealth was spread. Like it was nice that like 5 out of the 6 Tony nominees for Best Musical won something. Like
that's exciting.
Girl from North Country won orchestrations. MJ won like actor, choreography, and lighting, and like 6 won score, which was very much a surprise.
That was surprising.
And Best Costumes, and Strange Loop like deservedly won Best Book and Best Musical. So I think it's wonderful that like I always just love it in awards ceremonies when like love is spread out. And Paradise Square won Best Leading Actress. Like
I had never heard of Paradise Square before tonight.
Oh yeah, Paradise Square. It's apparently very good, and I guess she's amazing. Like
good for her.
As we saw, I don't know. I thought it was a very nice performance. I thought Ariana DeBose did a very good job. I thought there were no sound issues.
That's very good
on the Tony Awards. It's like
does that happen often with the Tonys?
Oh girl, yeah. It's always kind of fun.
The sound issues are fun. I don't understand.
As a non usual Tony viewer, what were your thoughts?
I thought it was fun. We were talking on the Discord with Patreon people, and that was also a highlight because everyone's very funny and fun. So it was good to like. It felt like even though I was watching it alone, it felt like a social way to watch it. So I enjoyed that. I love that people love the Music Man. And it was interesting seeing that MJ performance as someone who, you know, has a lot of knowledge of Michael Jackson and just has not seen any piece of the show. I thought that was interesting. I thought the lead actor did a great job, especially on the dancing. Like, he was getting that perfectly.
Oh yeah, he made Tony history. He's the youngest, best leading actor in a musical.
Wow, and he's 22.
22. I
Wow.
know. It makes your body hurt, right?
It does. And
You're
it's
just
like,
ooh, my creaky bones.
I was like, how old was Michael when he did Smooth Criminal? I feel like he must have been like 38. Like, he was very much an adult, but he did an excellent job, especially with the dancing. Vocally, it's hard when I know an artist so well, even though I haven't listened to him on purpose or publicly in a long time. It's hard when you're like, the vocals just don't sound exactly like I want them to, but he did a good job. I didn't understand the dancers' costumes. Like, if maybe in the show it makes more sense, but like, Michael would never have dancers like that in the kind of garb they were wearing.
I don't know the context.
I don't know it either.
It felt like a futuristic BDSM moment.
It did.
But it was hot.
It was hot.
It was hot. I mean, I thought just Joaquina did what she needed to do. She, like, those producers after that performance were just like,
they were very happy, I'm sure.
They were just like, yep. Buy tickets to our show, ladies and gentlemen, because she sold those tickets to Paradise Square. I'm sure the show was because, you know, the show isn't the sort of juggernaut that like A Strange Loop is, like, critically, and like, it's not based on a movie or any previous, or I don't know if it's based on any previous material, but like, it's not based on a popular movie or something. So I guarantee you producers were kind of like, if we don't do well with the Tonys, like, should we maybe kind of close it? Like, we don't know, like, they really, really needed A, that Tony win, and like B, that performance, which
they got both.
Got people so excited. Like, Cynthia Erivo rising her feet being like, girl, you did that. And Bernadette Peters in the front row, just, you could see her link eyes with her, just being like, you just saved your show, girl. You just saved your damn show. You did that shit. So great.
So wait, question. How did you feel about the Sondheim tribute? Because I saw some comments in the Discord that were like, I thought this was going to be one of several people performing for Sondheim. I don't know. I felt like there were tweets talking about that they preferred the Grammy Sondheim tribute more than the Tonys. How, as a Sondheim person, how did you feel?
I mean, I liked it. Like, I liked the reference to the letters that he had written fans over the years, because they're very much something that they very much have gone viral since his death, and they're all so good, and I just have read every single one of them that's been posted. So I love the reference to them, because he was so very much like, more so than the music, more so just like in spreading the art of musical theater around, and teaching and developing new artists and everything, and really like honing in the craft of musical theater writing specifically. So I think those letters were a nice, touching thing to focus on. It was shorter than I expected, but I mean, like, I imagine Stephen Sondheim, if he were alive, he would be like, why is this? Shorten it up. Don't make this about me. Don't make this about me. Because he was very much like that as an artist. Like, whenever people were like, I love your show company, he's like, you like mine and George Firth's show company. Like, he's very much always giving the book writer credit, the orchestrator Jonathan Tunick. In all of his like speeches, he's like Jonathan Tunick, like all of his Tony speeches, because he's always very much about giving the orchestrators credit for what they do. He's like, because they're the ones that make the score sound good.
Right. And did Company win the most of any show tonight? Because I felt like they were on stage a lot.
It did. It won director, revival, featured actress, and featured actor.
Wow.
And set design.
I kept hearing that being alive music in the back. I was like, yes. Maybe get another song from the show, but that's fine. Yeah, no, I thought it was an enjoyable telecast.
Yeah.
No strong upset feelings, which I think is great.
Yeah, sure. No, I would say out of all the performances, I mean, I think Joaquina's was my favorite. Like, that tear she gave at just the right moment. It was giving Anne Hathaway's "But There Are Dreams That Cannot Be." Just the tear falling at just the right time. Moment. And it's like, yes, girl.
I mean, I also need to shout out Shoshana Bean performing on those steps. I didn't even the Billy Crystal show, but Jason Robert Brown did the music for it, correct? And I just have been in quite the JRB place, which I mean, I guess I kind of always am. It's like me saying I'm in a Mariah place, but
I mean, hello, we are perpetual Cathys.
Of course,
here.
We are the Cathys, as we decided.
We are all the Cathys here, except some people who are like, I don't like that term for your stan group, and it's like, well, it's sticking.
Can't please everybody. But I thought that she, especially in that performance, did a knockout job. I just, I love a good vocal. And she's got a good vocal.
Shoshana Bean.
I know.
Having a good vocal.
I know.
Shocking.
I know.
Yeah, she's Shoshana Bean. And I love that her last name's Bean.
It's
just
cool
a fun
that her
fact.
last name is Bean.
There was another nominee in maybe one of the acting categories or something whose
name
last
Bean?
name was also Bean. And I was like,
Interesting.
I had no idea there were so many talented individuals with the last name Bean.
I love that there are multiple Beans floating about on the Tony stage.
I know.
I love that. Are we ready to dive into the other pieces of news for idiots for the week?
Let's dive in, ladies and gentlemen.
So, the wedding of the century finally came to pass. Miss Britney Spears married Sam Asghari. This happened on when? Thursday?
Sounds right.
It was sometime this past week.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. The pictures with Selena Gomez, who I believe she just met at the wedding, which I think is funny. She's
That's
like,
great.
She's even more beautiful in person. It's like, you hadn't met this person?
Okay. That's wonderful.
Madonna was there. Paris Hilton was there. Drew Barrymore was there.
Donatella Versace.
And there's this whole lineup of them singing Vogue and that picture being taken. What an iconic.
We got the remix of Vogue from all of them with
Honestly.
Donatella just shaking her hips and Drew Barrymore just don't just stand there, let's get to it. Strike a pose, there's nothing to it. And they were just having a great time and I was happy for them.
And it's just one of those things where it's like, man, she really has come so far. She's getting exactly what she wanted out of life that she was not allowed to get for so long. But because Britney Spears is never allowed to have a day that is drama-free and lovely, her fucking ex-husband, Jason Alexander, who she was married to for like 48 hours.
Yeah, remember
before,
when that happened?
That was like, what, 0304?
Yeah.
It was promptly annulled. They're childhood friends, I guess. And the thing is, the wedding was at her house. So when it's like, oh, he crashed her wedding, he broke into her home on Instagram Live.
Oh my God.
And
it was on Instagram Live?
Yes, he was Instagram Live.
I did not know that.
Yes,
fact.
he was. And then
That's crazy.
there was like police intervention. He had to be escorted out. I believe he is getting charged with breaking and entering, things of that nature. It's just like, I mean, like Chris Crocker said, leave Britney alone.
Leave her alone.
And it's still to this day not happening. I believe the only family member that was there, from my understanding, was her brother Brian. I don't think Jamie Lynn was there. Don't think her mom or dad, obviously, were there. But I'm just glad that Britney gets to design the life she wants and has married this man who has been very good to her. It's always nerve-wracking for me because it's like, how could you trust anyone that's that close to Britney Spears? But I've decided to trust him because I'm an optimist. I'm going to be optimistic today and say that he has good intentions with our girl. But they seem very happy and in love, and that is a great thing.
Yes, she's happy. She's having a great time. She is free.
Yes.
And you know,
now she's going to be expanding that family, hopefully. Very soon. So in other news that happened this past week that has a good side and bad side to it, I don't know why all the news articles have that. Rebel Wilson has gone Instagram official with her girlfriend. She called her a Disney princess.
Her very hot girlfriend.
Very hot girlfriend. Rebel was just with her girlfriend. It's like Happy Pride Month. You never know what celebrities are going to come out. It's so exciting and so wonderful when you think this is all happening. When you first hear the story, it warms your heart.
Of course, the whole first day I was like, yes, you go, girl.
I know, you go, girl. This is lovely for you.
Yes, get your princess.
Yes. And then it comes out several days later that the Sydney Morning Herald admitted in an opinion piece by Andrew Hornery that with an abundance of caution and respect, they gave Rebel Wilson 2 days to comment on a new relationship before publishing the story. How do you have respect? How are you respectfully outing someone? Please, someone tell me.
That's insane.
What a violation. It's like we're still doing this in 2022. Like I feel like half the reason people hate Perez Hilton to this day because he used to do this. He did this to Lance Bass like back in 2009-ish. Yeah. So the fact that this is still happening in 2022, it's like, is Australia's press as bad as the UK press? Like these people are like, I feel like someone must have such a fucking thing against Rebel Wilson because it's like that whole age thing that came out that she was lying about her age for however many years. And then this, it's just like again, I have no strong feelings for her against Rebel Wilson, but like can't she not live her damn life? Like my God.
Yeah, but you know, it's horrible the way it like all shook out, how she was sort of like strong armed into coming out. She obviously should have come out on her own terms when she wanted to come out. But you know, I'm glad that she if she was given an ultimatum, she got to do it on her own terms, as opposed to just being like, no, I'm not going to do it, and having the newspaper do it for her.
Right.
You know,
I'm glad that she did decide to do it on her own and took the narrative into her own hands. But it also is funny because this opinion piece is pretty much written as like, we're pissed she scooped us.
I know.
And it's like, guys,
it's like, that's embarrassing.
You could not be more on the wrong side of history here, and like you need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
So that happened. Congratulations to Rebel and her very hot girlfriend.
Everyone's getting married and joining together with hot people.
I know. Well, except Kelly Clarkson. It was just a bad transition. I
What a
love
transition.
Kelly. But she dropped that Kelly Oki EP, which obviously had Happier Than Ever, which again, I can't stop saying good things about. The EP features Blue Bayou by Linda Ronstadt, Call Out My Name, The Weeknd, Fake Plastic Trees by Radiohead, and Trampoline by Shade. And I must say, Trampoline is excellent. Fake Plastic Trees is so fucking incredible.
What is that song?
It is a Radiohead song that I was not super familiar with, but her performance of it is unbelievable. I honestly think this might be the best she's ever sounded on record. I think the fact that she sings so often on that show has like made her voice in like pristine condition.
Oh, those vocals are going to be so good on that Divorce album.
You know, that's all I want is that Divorce album. But until then, I'll be listening to Happier Than Ever and Fake Plastic Trees and Trampoline and the whole EP, I guess. But those three specifically are standouts for me. I implore you all to listen to that Fake Plastic Trees cover because, again, these are American Idol for a reason. It's nice to know that America at some point made a good choice. It's a beautiful thing.
Sometimes the system works, guys.
And speaking of, that fucking bipartisan gun control bill is supposedly actually happening.
Yes.
With 10 Republicans
they got 10
who are
Republicans.
on board. If this time next week, that's like something that's real. Just imagine, like, just the fact that we would have done something after weeks and weeks of this fun pop culture podcast being about fucking mass shootings, we'd have some progress forward. And it's like, are we grasping at straws? Are we like feeding on scraps? Sure. But those scraps are something. Progress is progress.
Lives will be saved from those scraps.
Yes.
So it's all good news.
Yes, all great news.
Yes.
Oh, and also, sorry, someone mentioned that Kelly does a cover of Queen of the Night by Whitney Houston. People really love that.
I was about to be like Mozart.
No, not by Mozart. But I must say, I'm not a Queen of the Night by Whitney Houston fan.
Oh, no, why not? Why does that go?
We are the Queen of the Night. Queen of the Night. Oh, yeah. And okay. It's one of those songs that I feel like wants to be up tempo so bad. And it just like wants to be fun. And to me, it lands like a thud and is joyless. But... And it's also hard because every other song on the Bodyguard soundtrack is like the best of her catalog. So it just sticks out to me. But anyways, Kelly does a nice job of it. Still not a song for me.
So that would be on our YouTube video of like the one bad song on a great album.
Absolutely.
Which, like, I think we had that idea once and we never did it.
Yes. And because a lot of excellent albums have that one bad song.
It's like Thriller has...
The Girl Is Mine.
The Doggone Girl Is
Girl Is Mine. Did you see that Julia Garner has been offered the role of Madonna?
I saw that.
Yes.
I was very much anticipating a Florence Pugh moment just because Florence Pugh is having a moment, a moment cinematically in movies and everything. And Julia Garner obviously is a very successful actress. I believe she won an Emmy for Ozark.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and so she's doing very well on TV and everything. But I was kind of like, but as far as movies go, Florence Pugh is like the girl. But like Julia Garner looks so much like Madonna.
She looks so much like her.
Just
and
so good.
I feel like of like television actresses who I've not seen perform, I've heard more about like how skillful she is and like how much of a talent she is. So I'm sure she's still going to do an excellent job of it. I can't wait for that.
Excited for this movie. Just because with Madonna at the helm.
That's the problem. That's the part I'm not excited about.
You just know choices will be made.
There will be choices.
And so no matter what, you're going to sit your butt in that movie theater and go,
It'll be an experience.
It'll be an experience.
Yes. Did you see that Britney? Did you see that Jennifer Lopez said in her homecoming special that she did not like the idea of sharing the stage with Shakira and said that it was, quote, the worst idea in the world. And apparently their interactions in that homecoming documentary are frosty, at least from Jennifer's end.
It's so interesting that like she's using this documentary, which I'm assuming, is she like producing this? Like for
it's on Netflix.
Like I'm assuming she's like behind, like I want to put this documentary out.
She's definitely.
Like you're not coming across great by like admitting this sort of thing. Like especially when Shakira was fucking great.
Oh, she was excellent. And also,
and like so were you, J-Lo.
Sure.
But like you were both great together, and like that's why it was so good.
And Shakira internationally as a musician, I believe, has a longer history. Like she was kind of Brazil's answer to Alanis Morissette at a time before like Hips Don't Lie at all. Before more like Whenever, Wherever. But like let's not undermine Shakira's contributions to pop music and popular culture and that halftime performance because she was excellent.
That performance was great.
Someone reminded me and put up the like headers that they both had on their Facebook pages prior to the halftime show. Shakira's was a picture of Shakira and a picture of J-Lo. J-Lo's was that same picture of J-Lo and then a close-up of that picture of J-Lo. So she was just pretending Shakira was not a part of it.
That's so weird. It's so weird that does she still think it was the worst idea ever? Or did she at the time think it was the worst idea ever?
It doesn't seem like in the documentary that she like turns around. So...
Girl, turn it around. It was great. Like, it was great.
All right. Oh, excuse me. She's Colombian. I said Brazil. I meant Colombia. I apologize to all Shakira fans out there. And then just in more bad news for me, Brett Goldstein, the hot writer and star of Ted Lasso, has said that the series is ending with season 3. So literally every show I love has to end with max season 3. Fuck all of it. I know Matt Steele before this started was like, I literally don't care. You must get over it. And you know what? I will not. I'm upset. I would like shows that last longer. I can't keep making the same monologue every week. But Friends taught me, all right? Friends taught me that shows last for 10 years, and this is not it.
But what if, like, season 4 was destined to be bad?
I don't care.
And you would have gotten a bad season 4.
It would have good
With
moments.
Season 3, they're probably like, you know what? We're going to end it on a high, baby.
Everyone wants to end on a high.
Because 3 great seasons. We're going to end it on a high.
My thought is never end.
That's like a lot of Broadway fans were very upset because Dear Evan Hansen announced it was closing in the fall, and Come From Away also announced that it was closing in the fall.
Yeah.
And so all the Broadway fans were just like, no, I'm so upset. And it's like, guys, they've both been on Broadway for like 6 years now, almost like 5 years, 6 years.
Right.
Like, that's a great
great
fucking run for a Broadway show, especially about 2 shows that weren't like name draws.
Right.
Like no one knew what they were about when they came to Broadway. Like
3 years on streaming services that have 8 episodes a season is not the same.
it's a short. Oh, there's only 8 episodes a season.
At least for like a Love Victor. I don't know. Ted Lasso, maybe there are more, but it's like 8 to 10. That's how long streaming seasons are.
That's not a lot. Okay, then I am sorry.
Thank you. That is what I want. I just need someone to be a little sorry for what I'm going through.
And I guess it is different from like a Broadway show closing, because a good thing about a Broadway, like a silver lining to a Broadway show closing is now the show can be performed regionally. It can be performed in high schools and stuff like that.
Yes.
Whereas when it's on Broadway, it can't really.
Right.
And so it allows the show to live on in the realm of the theater sphere around the world. So that's always like the nice thing about a Broadway show closing, if there has to be a nice thing, you know. But TV shows, I get it. It is a little harder.
Could high schools do Dear Evan Hansen, or do you think it's too dark? I've not seen the show, actually.
It's not too dark?
Okay, it deals with dark themes.
Oh, no, get out of here.
Well,
I'm excited to see a school do Come From Away. Oh, that's a great show to do at a school. Because, like...
Is that the one that's on Apple TV Plus
that
you like?
TV Plus that you have to watch, because it is the most wonderful thing. I'm telling you. And there are so many characters, and there's only like 11, 12, maybe like 13 actors in the stage show, and they're all like playing all these different characters, like putting on different hats and vests and everything.
That's cool.
But for a school, if you have like a big ensemble, like... you can have each kid play each individual role and everything. Yeah. So I feel like it would be a good show to do at schools.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, that's me pitching to high schools to do.
Hopefully there's a high school, music teacher or drama teacher out there who's like, you know what? Matt Steele's right.
Matt Steele is right.
We're going to do it. So wait, is there any other news for idiots you'd like to share with the people?
Baby, I don't think so. It is Tony Sunday. It is a week before the day of my birth.
Oh.
And so there's just a lot going on in my heart and in my head. And it's also later than we usually record this.
It's true.
So we're a little tired.
We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with more 2 Gay Mats, the podcast.
We're back, ladies and gents.
We are back. It's true.
Get ready. I know you're all excited. I knew you didn't expect us to come back.
I know. It's a big surprise.
What if we just didn't one day? During the break.
That'd be weird.
Just didn't show up.
That'd be the end of the podcast. It's just the first half and then nothing.
And then nothing. And then it would be like a documentary, like, where did the 2 Gay Mats disappear? The Cathys were crying on the pier.
It would happen on the pier. Yes, it's true.
So we are on to Email My Heart. This is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com. 2 is spelled TWO. So first question comes to us from Tyler. His subject line is cool for the summer. Hey, Matt, what time is it? Summertime. It's our vacation. Great reference, Tyler.
High School Musical 2?
High School Musical 2, baby.
All right.
I enjoy listening to your podcast and music at all times of the year, but let's face it, there's something special about summer pop.
You're not wrong.
With summer officially starting soon, I wanted to get your thoughts on the song of the summer. First, let's do something I'm calling the last 5 years. A true Kathy right there.
Yes.
Nothing to do with the musical, sorry, Steele, but everything to do with Billboard's songs of the summer since 2017. How would each of you rank these songs?
Ooh, this is a great game. Sorry.
2017, Despacito by Louis Fonsi, Daddy Yankee, and Justin Bieber.
Okay.
2018, In My Feelings by Drake. 2019, Old Town Road by Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus. 2020, Rockstar by DaBaby, thermometer in the mouth emoji face, and Roddy Ricch. 2021, Butter by BTS. This is a two-part. We'll answer this now, and then we'll get to the second part.
Let me see the list again. I would say number 1 for me, In My Feelings by Drake. Number 2, Old Town Road. Number 3, Butter. Number 4, Despacito. And number 5, Rockstar.
I would switch Butter and Despacito.
Okay.
I like so many BTS songs, but Butter I've always been like, nah.
Butter is, I think, my favorite of their singles.
Oh,
I like
really?
it better than the Can't Keep Me From Dancing or something about dancing that I'm like, this is garbage, mama. Like, I don't know what this is.
I've never heard Rockstar,
Okay.
so I can't give any opinions about that. In My Feelings is
Great song.
great.
That's like, it's not nice for what level Drake, which is like my favorite Drake song. I fucking love that song. But it's up there.
Nice for What is better than My Feelings.
Nice for What is so
yeah.
good.
Yeah. So yeah, our rankings are somewhat similar.
Yes.
I remember when you didn't say that Despacito wouldn't be a hit, but I was like, Despacito's going to be a bigger hit than I'm the One, which was a song that came out at the same time.
Which I'm the One.
I'm the One. Yeah. Exactly.
Who's it by?
By Justin Bieber and oh God, was it
DJ Khaled?
Was it DJ Khaled?
Oh, I
it was
did like
by
that
a
song.
bunch of people, and I was like, Despacito's going to be a bigger
Well,
hit, and
you
were
were
like,
right.
I don't think so. And let everyone know, let the record show in 2017, Matt Steele was right.
Hey, but I was right about Chandelier.
You were right about Chandelier.
I came in and was like, guys, Chandelier.
And I listened to Chandelier once, and I was like, it's nice and everything. And then the next day, I was like, oh wait, this
Yes.
is like one of the best songs
Yes.
ever.
Yes.
So there's a part 2 of this question. Now for your predictions. What do you think? And also, I just want to say it's very homophobic that all of the past 5 songs of the summer have been men.
We can't talk
and
about
like
it.
groups of men, multiple men. I mean, one is a gay man, so that's great.
That's true. That's
But,
true.
like,
He wasn't out at the time.
It wasn't
but
out at the
yes.
time, but like, we need a girl in here. Maybe it'll be a girl this year, which is what this question is.
Right.
And now for your predictions, what do you think has the potential to be the top song of the summer 2022? If you need some ideas, send us a click of Billboard Songs of the Summer chart. I'm surprised by how many songs seem to be carryovers from last year.
Ooh.
And I'm hoping more new releases will be giving us moments for the next few months. Thanks again for your weekly entertainment. Your reactions and podcasts are a bright spot I can count on every week. Let's go, Wildcats. Summertime is finally here. Tyler, I love you.
I know he's a man of your heart. I would say the 2 biggest possible song of the summers for me, as far as songs that, because usually if it's going to be song of the summer, it's out already. Like, it's not like a new song's going to take the
it's
title.
not going to pop up in July.
I think it's probably between About Damn Time by Lizzo,
Okay.
which TikTok trend made it really big. I think it's just going to get bigger. It's very feel good, very disco inspired. Like, people love it. And I hate to tell you, Matt Steele, As It Was by Harry Styles.
How nice. I'm happy for him.
I feel like people are really drawn to that song. Again, to the TikTok of it all, the bridge of that song. I see on TikToks all the time, I think. I mean, but also that song, that Kate Bush song, that's from
That could be the
1985
song.
or whatever,
It would
Running
be
Up That Hill.
It would be so funny if
It's
that was
it's
the
going
song
to
of the
be
summer.
on the list of possibles.
Guys,
Absolutely.
Guys, if we can't make This Hell by Rina Sawayama the song of the summer,
Which we would love.
love.
The video comes out next week. Get ready.
All right, guys, watch that
Buckle up.
fucking video.
Yes.
Please make it the song of the summer.
Yes.
But it would be so funny if that Kate Bush song, if that old ass Kate Bush
I mean,
song
it's number
came
8 already.
creaking through with a walker, being like, hello, remember me?
I know. A song that's a little older than us.
Which
is not a lot of songs.
It's pretty old, guys.
pretty old.
Yeah, but still looks great. And like that song still sounds great.
What are your picks?
This Hell.
Same.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, This
Hell-
Town.
I don't
You're
know.
not
if it-
doing like Billboard wise.
The thing is, I don't know sort of like what's out there
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah.
I would love for it to be This Hell, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, I guess As It Was, it
Yeah.
makes the most logical sense for me just because it's already up there.
Yeah.
And I don't really see anything sort of like knocking it down. But I do think that Kate Bush idea is really fun.
It's really, I mean, we're going to be hearing it all summer. Even if it's not the number 1 song of the summer, I believe it will be in the top 10 of the list. It's
Okay.
going to be around.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So next question comes from William.
Hi, William.
Will. Sorry.
Oh, hi, Will.
Like Will Parker from Oklahoma, like I played junior year of high school. Anyway, it's the day of the Tonys. I have to reference. Email my heart, gatekeeping older adults. Hi, Mats. I'm a longtime watcher of your channel and first-time writer. I really love your videos, although sometimes they make me a little sad because I wish I had a friend who was really connected with about music, film, and television the way you two do.
Oh, well, you have us.
You have us.
Yes.
Chat with us. Write us some emails. You may have recently seen that the song Running Up That Hill with A Deal with God by Kate Bush was heavily featured on the new season of Stranger Things and has experienced a huge resurgence in popularity as a result. This past week, it charted at number 8 on Billboard, her first top 10 single in the US, and also went number 1 on iTunes. I was really thrilled to see this happen because Kate is one of my favorite artists of all time, and it's good to see a new generation of music fans enjoying her work. It's also just really cool that a song released 37 years ago could experience this level of comeback. However, I've noticed many music websites writing about older fans gatekeeping Kate music. Running Up That Hill is definitely one of her more accessible songs and has already been featured on big shows like Pose and Bones as a cover, but a lot of the other music tends to be more experimental and more on the art side of art pop. Great album. She has songs where she hee-haws like a donkey and sings about having sex with a snowman.
Of course.
Okay.
Who doesn't?
I guess some people think the new fans aren't real fans, in quotes, because they only heard about her from a Netflix show and presumably only know this one poppy song as opposed to engaging with her more experimental material. Personally, I think that kind of mindset is really silly. If a smaller artist you like gets recognition for their music, who cares how it came to be and whether or not people are listening to their 12-minute Tibetan bowl song? I wish people would leave that I liked this artist before they were cool mentality in the 2010s. Anyway, sorry for this preamble. My questions are, how do you feel about this kind of musical gatekeeping? Do you think it's real or just exaggerating millennial animosity toward Gen Z? Do you think a person needs to know some threshold of music by an artist to be able to call themselves a fan? If you could pick one older song by a similar artist you love to suddenly go viral because of Netflix, TikTok, etc., what would you pick and why?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you, Will. Like, this type of attitude is kind of just like, guys, like, who cares?
Exactly.
Like your girl is getting streams,
right?
And maybe it won't cause all of these people who are like, oh, I really love this song to listen to her entire discography, or maybe it will, and then they'll be like, I don't really like it, but maybe they will. It'll at least cause some people to be like, let me listen to the rest, and they'll really like it, and they'll maybe be inspired by it. Maybe create some of their own sex with snowmen songs. You know, so I think, like, even though there will be some people who are just like, I just like this song, there will be so many other people who will discover new things from it. So I think this is a good thing all around.
And yes, and I feel like, just FYI to you, this is not a specific to millennial Gen Z thing. I think this is something that every generation has felt about the music. You feel some sort of ownership because you're like, you don't get it. I lived through this song. And like, I'm guilty of it myself, even though like I logically know that it doesn't make any sense. And like, this is helpful to the artists I love. But like, do I get annoyed when I see young people talk about Mariah like she's just that Christmas girl? Like, yes. Like, do I get annoyed when people are like, oh, big energy? Like, that's like, Mariah has nothing to do with that. Yes, because it's like, no, she does. And like, this is why, and let's not erase that. But at the end of the day, like, am I mad that All I Want for Christmas Is You goes to number 1 every Christmas time? Absolutely not. Yeah. Like, it just is, I feel like it's kind of just an ownership thing. Like, oh, this artist belongs to me. You're not a real fan because you don't know like all 16 of her studio albums. And it's like, well, that's true, but like, it's also like, don't you want more people to hear her music? Like, don't you want more people to learn about Kate Bush? Like, it's only going to be a helpful thing. You should want to share the music you love with other people. And so I don't know, it seems like you're working against yourself.
And like, shouldn't this get you excited to like think like, oh, if they're already interested in this, like, this is my opportunity to teach the children.
Oh, wow.
This is my opportunity to be like, oh, well, if you like this, you should listen to this. Let me make you a whole playlist of this. Let me like explain the context of where the world was when this album came out and why this song was so impactful at the time and everything. I mean, it's the same thing with me and musicals, or me and like, I mean, nothing thrills me more than like when one of my little coworkers who's like 19, like I mentioned Beatrice Straight in Network being the shortest Academy Award winning role. And they're just like, oh, in what? And I'm like, in the movie Network. Let me show you the clip that she won for, because it's only one scene that she's in the movie and everything. And they like sit there and watch it and they're like, whoa. And I'm like, oh, these kids will be fine. These kids are learning. They're interested. You got to get them hooked somehow. And if getting them hooked means like they're checking out that episode of Stranger Things and they're excited by this song, get them hooked that way.
Totally.
Because once they're hooked, you can reel them in and then morph them and mold them into the wonderful future that we hope to have.
So if there was a song by an earlier artist or maybe musical that you would want to come back in like a Stranger Things-esque way, any songs coming to mind?
Girl, all my favorite things are old as fuck. Like,
hey, but the Trolley song went viral on TikTok last year, so old as fuck things, it can happen.
The Trolley song did not come back. The Trolley song never left.
Okay, I don't know that that's true, but yes.
See, like the mentality of like a song leaving and then coming back is like so weird to me, because like in my opinion, these songs have never left. Like the Trolley song has never left.
Because you've been with the Trolley song.
I've been with the Trolley song
for
my
a
whole
while,
life, darling.
yes.
It's in my shower every morning when I wash my hair. It's like older. I'm used to older things being in my life constantly. So like the idea of like a song coming back is not. It's a little foreign to me in the way that we're describing it now.
I have a few dream scenarios.
Okay.
Because most of them involve songs that weren't actually giant hits at the time. I mean, the artists I like are big pop music artists, so like they were big, but like maybe because I was just listening to the 20th anniversary of Let Go, if anyone wants to throw Anything But Ordinary into some Netflix series and make it a giant hit and like maybe she could redo it with Olivia Rodrigo, like I don't know. That song was a hit the day it was released. It was a hit 10 years later and it's a hit today. That song is excellent. L.A. Reid wanted her to name her album that and she wouldn't. It's just so fucking good and it deserved more. I also have dreams of a song from Music Box. I've been thinking about you getting remixed in like a very remember when Kygo did that remix of Higher Love by Whitney Houston?
Yes.
I want Kygo to remix I've Been Thinking About You, make it a big hit. That's like, oh, a new Mariah song. And it's like, no, it's not new, but you just didn't hear it.
Baby, remix it yourself.
I mean, I'm busy.
Remix it yourself. Do it like Ariana DeBose did at the Tonys when she remixed all those show tunes together. Like, what was it? It was like, what song was playing underneath like Wicked like orchestrations? Like it was just like, oh, this is
It was a choice. It was definitely a choice. I also Alanis Morissette's That I Would Be Good is a song that always deserved more, and I feel like people cover it, but I still want it. I feel like it would be great as a part of like one of like a song in a scene of a movie or a Netflix show or something. And you know, as much as like we love The Uninviteds, we love You Ought to Know, That I Would Be Good is as good as any of those songs, and I just want the world to know it. So I have a few like dream scenarios. This to me, that's the thing is like the thing that's happening with Kate Bush right now is like a dream for me, because it's like artists that I loved back in my day getting that kind of resurgence and respect that they...
Ooh, something you'll like. Jeff in our live chat says a Samantha Mumba revival is needed, and I knew you like her.
Baby, come on over tonight. Excellent piece of music. So yes, I have many dreams of this kind of thing.
Yeah, I can tell these are things that you've thought about.
Oh my God. Beyond. Like when my mind is at rest, this is what I think about.
I want one of these things for you.
I think it could happen.
And I think you can remix it yourself.
Hey, but remember when I dreamed up Mariah jumping on the Big Energy and she did? I was like, I want her to do it. Because it's like, it makes sense and it happened. So you got to dream things into life sometimes.
Got to dream into life. We're putting this out there in the universe.
Yes, we're manifesting, darling.
Avril, Olivia, if you are listening,
come on.
Do Anything But Ordinary together.
We need it. The world needs it. So Matt Steele.
Yes.
What has been giving you moments, darling?
Okay, this is ridiculous.
Okay, let's hear it.
Do you remember last week how I was like, oh my God, like for a year and a half, I've been making phone calls because my third stimulus was stolen.
Yes, I do remember.
And jumping through hoops, having to deal with the IRS, then having to deal with the bank and everything.
I do.
Guys, I talked to a supervisor and he was like, give me 24 hours.
Oh.
And because I don't know why any of this was not settled. I am so sorry.
Oh,
and
I love him.
And I was like, sir, okay. And then he called 24 hours later and left me a voicemail being like, give me another 24 hours. And so I was like, okay. So I gave another 36 hours. And I called when I couldn't call the next day because I had work.
Yeah.
But then I called and it was late in the day. And I was just expecting bad news. I was like, I've spent hours and hours and hours and a year and a half dealing with this stolen stimulus card that was stolen from me. And I was totally expecting them to be, and I gave them so much evidence. I gave them pictures of my bank account being like, nothing was deposited into my bank account. Look at this, look at this.
Right.
And I was just expecting it to not go my way. So I finally get a hold of someone. And I'm like, hello. We go through the whole rigmarole of validating me, answering the security questions, everything. I'm basically a professional at it now. And then I go on another hold, and the gentleman, Daniel, comes back, and he goes, Mr. Steele, I might have good news for you. And when I tell you, I was exhausted, but I perked up so fucking.
I bet
was
you
like,
did.
Wait, what? And he was like, I might have good news for you. I just need to check one more thing, and I'll be with you. He leaves, and I'm just sitting there in silence, just like, oh my God, is it really fucking happening? And Daniel comes back, and he's like, Mr. Steele, a new check has been reissued to you on June 8th, and it is coming your way.
Wow.
And he was like, congratulations, because I am seeing that you have called so many times throughout such a long period of time.
Wow.
And I know you've been dealing with this longer than like even you since you've been calling and everything, and just like no one has been giving you any answers. And I'm just so happy for you. And I was like, Daniel, if I could reach through the phone and hug you, I absolutely would. I am so happy to get this stimulus and just pay off my credit card because I bought a new computer last month.
Yes.
But whatever. It's going to feel so fucking good.
Between this and the couch.
Oh my God. It's all happening.
This year is about patience. It's about the fact that things will come to you and to not give up.
Baby, when I tell you the lesson to be learned is never, ever give up. Because they would tell me on the phone occasionally, just like, yeah, the dispute, they're sticking with their dispute. And I'm like, I don't believe you. I don't believe. And because their answer was like a little wishy-washy. And I was like, I'm going to keep calling back. I kept calling back for a fucking year and a half, people.
That is wild.
And just expecting the worst, but always being like, but no, until I hear an official answer, I will not give up. And as Michael R. Jackson said when he won that Tony Award, he was like, I started writing this musical when I was 23. Woo! And he's like, and I'm now 40, whatever. And like, I can't believe this has happened. And he also said something wonderful that I forgot to talk about how always remember to settle for nothing less than your best and to not ever settle for anything less than best quality and to always think about quality no matter what you do. A fantastic speech. Brilliant. I'm thrilled for him, but also I'm thrilled for me. I feel like this is my Michael R. Jackson moment where, you know, he gets a Tony and I get a little stimulus money.
I love that this is the like believe in yourself moment of the podcast. Like this is our can't take that away. Is like
for real. It's like believe in yourself and be a relentless Karen when you need to be.
Yes, you can be Karen for good.
The thing is, Karen for good. Whenever I got on that phone, I was always like, I am going to yell at somebody. But then whenever I would get to the moment, I would be like, I will be patient. Yeah. And I was patient and I was nice because I knew that the people I was talking to, it wasn't their fault. Yeah. They were just, customer service reps and everything. And so I was like, no, you know what? I'm not going to be angry. I'm just going to say, this is how it is. I'm very frustrated, especially that one day I was on hold for 9 hours.
I can't believe you did that.
Neither can I. But I mean, what else am I doing with this life? But just waiting for random money. But it was just so wonderful.
Congratulations.
I feel like I worked a job. Like I worked for this.
And you got paid for it.
Money,
you did.
You
really did.
Paid for it. And so I'm just so happy.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you ever so much.
Of course.
Thank you. Of
course.
Matt Palmer, what has been giving you moments?
Well, I must say, I finally, after last weekend in Palm Springs, we had a plan to watch the Hulu film Fire Island, starring Joel Kim Booster and Bowen Yang. We didn't get around to it. I finally got around to it, and it is fun.
It's great.
It is so much fun. It is so great to see like a movie about gay people that are adults that is like funded that are adults and is funded by like a real studio like Searchlight Pictures, put money behind it. All of the performers I believe in it were actually queer, which is exciting. Goes back to our letter we had the other week. I thought the performances were all very good, especially Bowen Yang's. I thought he did a great job, especially in those more emotional moments, because again, we're thinking of him as like an iceberg on SNL, but he really has he has the range to do more than just an iceberg. And I just was so excited for them, the whole cast. I really would love more sequels. I want them to go to different gay destinations and have gay old times. And it was like, it felt true to life and real. Like the perspectives were like gay people that were recognizable to me. And I don't know, it warmed my heart to see it. And I am, glad that it was the first gay piece of media I have consumed for Pride. And there will be more. There will be the Love Victors.
We know there will be more hurricanes that come in.
I was like, what's Hurricane? It's like, oh, that
Jesus
song you
God.
wrote. But there will be more, and I'm excited for it. But just like bravo to Joel Kim Booster and all the people that were involved in that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And I must say, and this isn't giving you moments, it's more, I'd like to speak directly to Beyonce, who I know is listening. Beyonce, I love you. We all love you so very much. And that day in 2013 was exciting for everybody. Like, we didn't know what hit us. I was in the next room. Matt Steele came in with a camera. I was freaking out. It's all on video. And it was an exciting, fun surprise. I think I speak for many of us who were there that day. We're 9 years older now. Our little aging hearts cannot take like the stress and like it just feels like there's a fucking weight hanging over my head.
My bones are being crushed into the earth.
This album was released while we were doing this podcast, outside of the people chatting us, there's no way we'd know. We'd check our phones. It would be out, and it would be a literal frenzy. It would be a panic attack. And I would like a heads up. I just want at least a week in advance. With Lemonade, I believe on a Sunday there was a commercial. Yes. We didn't know what it was, but we knew Beyonce
there wasn't
was
a heads up with Formation.
Oh, there wasn't. I want something. And like I just think we are now adults, and like I love that you.
Not all of us are adults. Some of us are still 22 with a lot of energy, winning Tony Awards.
You're 22 and winning Tony Awards. You don't know what it was like when that album came out.
Oh, he was 12.
I know,
like 13. Oh.
And he doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Like sure, you're in junior high. I was like, oh, Beyonce, but like it's not like it was for us. But for those of us who were there, we need a heads up. We need a schedule. I would just like you to put, even if it's a week in advance, just so I can block the time out.
Yes.
Because like, how are we supposed to do anything now? And if you haven't heard, Beyonce's taken her profile pictures off of all her social media. But like, how are we supposed to just live our lives in peace until this album, whatever it may be, is released? I don't foresee that we will be able to.
The thing is, like, it's also very hard for the two gay Matts specifically because we don't live together.
We don't.
I can't just like knock on his door and be like, all right, get the camera. We're recording a video now.
I know.
Beyonce's releases should be all about us.
Yes.
That's what we're saying.
Absolutely.
But it's kind of like, do I need to like start like move in with you for the next couple months?
It might be the easiest way to do this.
I have a new stimulus. I can give you some rent money.
Hey, and we have that bonus room back there. We have a guest room for you. But the expectation that we are supposed to continue on with life as if it is normal when we know something is literally about to drop is unfair. It just doesn't feel like something I can do. I'm not built that way.
You're going to have to fucking do it, though. I'm so sorry. You're going to have to fucking do it.
I don't know if I am. I don't know if I am going to do it. So,
yeah, I mean,
Beyonce, just give us a date. Just say like, be by your computers Thursday at 9. Like something like that. And I'll be like, yes, we will be.
I will call out of work that one time when Everything Is Love dropped.
Yes.
And I called my work and I was like, I will be an hour and a half late.
Beyonce released something.
And my employers were just like, okay.
I get it.
We get it. We completely get it.
I love it. Yes. So that's all I request. And that's the thing is, this time next week, are we going to be podcasting about the new Beyonce album?
Who knows?
Who fucking knows?
Like, maybe it was just like a glitch and her assistant.
It's not a glitch. It's Beyonce. It's not a glitch.
Whatever it is, I'm downloading
that damn glitch.
To quote Matt Palmer on December 13th, 2013, check out the video if you haven't watched it.
What if it happens on your birthday on Juneteenth?
Oh my God. I was telling Matt Palmer and the Discord friends that I would love it if it happened on my birthday because then I wouldn't have to worry about like planning something for my birthday. Because that's like the biggest stress-inducing thing ever is to like plan.
I like planning birthday
stuff. I hate planning
stuff.
things for my birthday. I'm like, guys, just come over. We'll watch a movie, which is what I kind of plan on doing this year.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I mean, what are we going to do about the podcast?
We might be recording on Saturday because Matt Steele's birthday's on Sunday, and he shouldn't have to work on his birthday.
I mean, maybe like we can record the podcast like a Sunday day moment.
Okay.
I could do that.
We'll talk off.
We'll figure it out.
We'll talk off mic, but
whatever you want to do, I'm
whatever it is
down for.
We have to go. I have to work around Matt Steele's birthday, and now also Beyonce.
Now
release.
Beyonce's
like that's a lot.
It's B7, right? B8.
I think 7. I mean, if it depends on, are we counting Lion King the Gift?
No, because that was like a special thing.
Right. So maybe it's 7. Well,
featured artist.
I think it might be 7 then. So everyone's just like stay aware, keep refreshing your Twitter. We'll see what happens. And if you find out, just alert us.
Yes.
So we can get some direct knowledge that it's happened.
So I can drive up, I can pack up my toothbrush.
Exactly.
And be here, pack my toothbrush and my hair stuff so I look good because I won't be caught like I was with Formation where I was in the shower.
You were.
And I was shirtless.
You were.
In that video.
You were.
Check it out if you want to see that.
Jesus.
Check out if you want to see those goods, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Well, it seems like it's time to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for listening. Do you have anything else to tell the people?
I don't know. I love you all. Thank you so much to all of our live chatters on
Yes.
YouTube Live. Thank you to Daniel, the wonderful customer service rep.
This is for Daniel.
And the sad thing was, Daniel was like, there's going to be a survey at the end of this phone call. And so I was like, oh, girl, I'm giving you all 5s. Don't you worry. And then, sometimes they tell you that and then they hang up and it gets disconnected. And you don't get to take the survey. I didn't get to take the survey.
You didn't want to call back and wait 9 hours to see if you got it again?
No. Because I didn't know if I would get Daniel. But
I know.
Daniel, 5 stars all around.
Yes, 5 stars for Daniel.
Give him a raise.
Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. We'll be back next week with more 2 Gay Mets, the
Bye,
podcast.
guys. Happy Tony Day.
Yes, happy Tony Day.
Happy birthday, Kevin.
Sure.